Late today, we learned that Costa Rica has declared a state of emergency after a ransomware attack. Sounds very serious. What's going on there?
Well, Shep, this really is causing serious problems for the Costa Rican government. NBC News reports that the government called the attack unprecedented in the country and said that it interrupted the country's tax collection and exposed citizens' personal information. So it's not clear how they're going to resolve all this. Typically, what hackers do is they demand enormous payouts to re-enable the system. So the government might feel that it has to pay up here, Shep.
All right, Eamon Javers, thank you.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And guys, we know why the market is coming down. Because the Fed is shrinking liquidity by raising rates and rolling off this balance sheet. But we know they like to set up the perfect distractions. And instead of people speaking about the Fed, what are they talking about? Luna, the perfect distraction. And speaking of distractions, we have cyber attacks everywhere that are not even hitting the mainstream news. Then we have meat plants catching on fire. All these distractions going on, and guys, we know this is going to come to a head. The NWO is setting us up for the main distraction. Guys, it's very important to understand this is Shemitah year. I told you what was going to happen before it happened. Why? Because I understand history. And if you have my New World Order book, you know what's next. China versus the U.S., China wins and leads us on into this fourth industrial revolution. Remember, the robots, algorithms, and drones are going to take over this economy while the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Kate Rooney is here to explain. Kate?
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, it's not every day we're talking about a big move in a stable coin, as the name suggests. These things are supposed to be stable and pegged to the price of $1. But today, the Terra USD stablecoin down from that $1 peg to a low of around 23 cents. Investors are comparing this to a run on the bank. People are losing confidence and in a lot of cases heading for the door. And much like the stablecoin I mentioned, the platform's Luna token also crashing overnight with a 90% decline. It wiped roughly $22 billion from its market cap in just a week. And that free fall has to do with the company behind all of this, the Luna Foundation right now, really doing everything it can to restore confidence and try to bring that stablecoin back to its dollar value. Co-founder Do Kwon has been pretty active on Twitter lately. He announced that it would be minting 4 times the usual number of these stablecoins, all in hopes of stabilizing the prices. And this whole project was supposed to be decentralized, meaning it's not tied to the traditional financial system. It's not backed by dollars or short-term debt. It's backed by other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And its unraveling in the past week or so has been a big hit to sentiment and the broader crypto markets. Investors I'm talking to say this is arguably the biggest black eye yet for the industry. It shows, for one, they can't self-police, at least in this case. It will result most likely in more regulation, especially from Treasury, which was already laser focused on stablecoins. It's bad for the other U.S.-based issuers of stablecoins. You've got Circle and companies like Paxos here in the U.S., and there are billions of losses out there. It's not just retail investors, it's hedge funds, some of the more well-known institutional investors, and what sometimes we call the smart money here, but a lot of people losing a lot of money on this trade. Kelly.
Whales and shrimps, as we learned yesterday.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.